Although we style ourselves.
Good morning, Golden Hill, and welcome to another edition of Ghtv News. The name's Big Al.
And I'm Maximus Prime. We've been having some nice weather lately, and two of our news stories are right up this alley.
You know how I like to cool down on a hot summer's day? With a nice, refreshing smoothie.
Yum. Well, one of our news teams went to check out the best smoothie places in town.
Thank you. As we all know, smoothies can be a very healthy snack on the go. You can get them basically anywhere from smoothie restaurants to fast food place. Now, this week we have decided to take a look at some places that serve these smoothies and critique them on their shortcomings. So here it is.
Golden Hill, this is Alec here, and today we're at Culver's sampling some Introjuice smoothies and Culver smoothies. Which one's the best? We got Braden and Chloe here. And then on the far right is a flirtatious fruit smoothie. Next to that is raspberry. Next to that is Caribbean blend. And then it's blackberry, lime your mine, sorry. And then strawberry mango. And so we're gonna be tasting them now.
Right. Well, this is a very nice blend of flavors. So yeah, that was pretty delicious. And then, let's see, we just got
You gotta cleanse your palate with the water first, dude.
Right, sorry. Then we have raspberry, right? And this one is very thick, very creamy, very delicious.
Gotta do the whole water palate cleansing thing again.
Now we have Caribbean blend. I don't even know what to say about that one.
Is it good or bad? It's good?
Delicious. Yes. Now we have blackberry.
That one's my favorite, I think.
Got a nice tartness to it. Still very good. Very thick.
Next is the lime your mine.
Yes. Definitely got a good lime flavor to that. See here. What is this? Strawberry mango. Interesting flavor, kind of tastes like Starbursts.
Like those mango fruit smoothie Starbursts?
Yes.
Those are the worst kind of Starbursts.
So, overall, I would pick Culver's because their smoothies are thick and they're delicious.
But they're more creamy, aren't they? So aren't they more like a fruit, concrete mixer thing in Doodle?
In a way, but the Introjuice is also very good. But today I'm going to go with Culver's.
Culver's cost a lot less too.
This is also true.
Try them all?
Yeah, now you gotta try them all, Chloe.
I want to try them.
You gotta
I've
try
already
them.
tried them all. What's your favorite?
I would definitely say the Caribbean blend is my favorite. I don't like the thickness of the Culvers. Kind of gross.
Okay. And that's it this week for the smoothie. Next week we'll be going to fast food joints for smoothies and trying those. So
Wow,
see you later.
that sounds good. Hey Eli, come here. I think we should go get some smoothies after school today. You know it's 90 degrees today.
Hell yeah, it's hot.
All right. There you have it, Golden Hill.
Thanks for that advice, guys. Might have to go out and give them a try.
So glad that we have Introjuice twice a week on the snack cart.
Did you hear about the Boundary Waters trip coming up?
Oh, yes I have. They leave in less than a week. Our news team is going to give us more on the scoop.
Boundary Waters trip is a trip taken every year in late May by Mr. Rude. This year, ice and weather forced the trip to be moved to the Root River. Let's listen to what Golden Hill is saying about the trip this year. I'm here today with Mr. Rude to talk about the Boundary Waters trip. Mr. Rude, I understand the Boundary Waters trip has changed recently. How's that?
Due to our unusual weather we have this year, the lake that we go into in the Boundary Waters, Sawbill Resort and Outfitters, as of yesterday still had 20 inches of ice. With 20 inches of ice, it's unlikely that the lake is going to be open for next Wednesday when the trip is supposed to take place when we're leaving. So we've decided, or I've decided this year, that we're going to do an alternate trip instead. And we're going to go down to the Root River in southern Minnesota and canoe about 14 to 18 miles of the Root River, spending 2-3 days on different campsites, 3.5 days.
All right. How long has Golden Hill been doing this trip?
This will be the 4th group of students that I've taken on a spring trip. The high school started here 4 years ago, and so actually this will only be the 3rd group. The first year we had last minute, things got called off, so this will actually only be the 3rd year that we've taken a group to the trip. So I hope we continue it every year and even be able to do some trips, some other things in the future, maybe more often, to where we could do maybe a winter trip or a fall trip to someplace.
What kinds of things do you do around the community to raise funds for the trip?
The fundraising has this year been limited to doing some yard work for other groups. We went out and spent a day and a half cleaning up brush, cutting down trees from the last heavy snowstorm that broke down. And we have another work day scheduled where we're going to be planting a tree or two and doing some yard cleanup there, raking and some garden tilling type things. We've done things earlier in the year where we were selling Rice Krispie bars, and we've done bake sales, and we have done plant sales. My room's full of plants. This year the weather was not very conducive to it, so our plant sale really didn't take place, although we are going to still try to sell a few of them out of the parking lot and see if we can't generate a few funds through selling some of the plants.
All right. Well, that all sounds great. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
So I'm here with Keandra talking to her about the Boundary Water trip. I know you're going. Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah.
And what are you most looking forward to?
Seeing everyone and canoeing.
That'll be pretty fun. And I know it's about a week, so you'll be without your phone and internet access. Is that going to be hard at all for you?
Yeah, I always have it with me everywhere I go.
Well, I hope you have a fun trip as well as everyone else. This is Max signing out. Have a good day, Golden Hill.
Well, looks like this year's Boundary Waters trip is going to be a little mixed up, but at least there's still a trip for our students to attend.
Should be exciting they're mixing it up this year. If this sounds interesting to you, Mr. Rude takes a trip every year.
Sure does sound like a lot of fun. I wish I was going.
Perfect way to get these kids away from the internet for a few days.
Well, our news team has some tips for the ones who aren't going on ways to stay smart on the internet.
Hey Golden Hill, so today's topic is Cybersmart. So we have some students here at Golden Hill that have experienced these Cybersmart. That means bullying or posting something online, or that regret posting something that you didn't want no one to see. So let's go take a look and listen to their stories.
Hi, I'm Sheree here with Ghtv News, and we're talking to Austin about Cybersmarts and his experiences. So Austin, what's yours?
Well, I was looking on the internet and people started posting rumors about that I got beat up by some kid, and so people started calling me a wimp and stuff and thought that they could try to beat me up, so I ended up getting choke slammed and I got rocks thrown at me, and so that's all because of that. And then I went to a teacher and talked about how I could handle it, and I talked to him about my bullying, and so yeah.
Did that help?
A little bit.
And what did you learn from your experience?
That whatever people say can affect other people's thinking about you, and so just don't do it.
Just be careful what you put online?
Yeah.
Alright, well there you have it.
Hi, I'm here with Emily and Jake. So, have you guys ever been Cybersmart?
Yes.
Yeah, we have.
Really? Can you guys tell us your story?
Well, a couple months ago, I got bullied online, and it was actually so bad that they were threatening to come to my house, and they knew my address and exactly where I lived, and I had never met that person before, so it got pretty bad.
And at the time, he was also not just messaging her, but messaging me and threatening to do certain activities that, are illegal to Emily. And it wasn't just threatening her, it was also threatening me and our relationship and things like that. And after a while, we just kind of got fed up with it.
And then that's when I called the cops and got them involved and ended up filing a restraining order.
And his parents took away all of his laptop and stuff like that, and police showed up to his house, and if it ever happens again, then he actually gets sent off to some sort of juvenile detention center is what we were told by the detective. So
That's horrible. It's a good thing you guys got out of that situation,
Yeah.
I'm glad that you guys are fine, and Emily's fine, and of course you too, Jake.
Thank you. I was
Being
scared
his
for my life.
boyfriend. Well, thanks you guys for telling your story.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Back again with GHTV News talking about cybersmarts and cyberbullying. I'm here with Jaden, and she's going to tell us about her experience.
Okay, so first of all, what happened was I was getting bullied on Facebook and getting called bad names, and how I handled it was I just let everything go, and that's pretty much everything.
All right, well, sounds like you took it very well and let it die down, but thanks for your time.
You're welcome.
All right, so here's some tips to avoid any bad experiences with the internet. 1, post. Don't post anything that you wouldn't want your parents or your grandparents or your kids to see, because even though you may delete it off your computer, that doesn't mean it's completely gone. Also, don't post things that are offensive or might make other people that see it uncomfortable. So with Facebook, no half-naked pictures, even though, it may feel cute, some other people don't think it's cute. And another thing, profanity. No one likes to really see that too much, so try to avoid it if all possible. And do not, if there's anything you can do, avoid starting altercations through any type of tweets, Facebook, if it's possible, Instagram. Just avoid it altogether. And last but not least, try to keep all personal information off, because all it takes is for one person to hack into something and they can find out where you live or how to get a hold of you, which is never a good thing if you want to stay secluded. And I hope these tips help.
Hopefully you guys follow those tips. That will prevent bad outcomes with the internet. Bye.
Bullying is a really big problem among teenagers, especially on the internet.
So let's all do our part and use these tips to try and end cyberbullying.
On another serious note, some useful words from Gordy in the Z60.
Let's check it out.
Welcome to another version of Z60. I want to talk a little bit about our entire purpose for being here. Graduation. Graduation is just around the corner. We're days away. And our graduation ceremony here at Golden Hill happens on the last day of school. It'll be at 10:30 in the morning. It can invite your family and friends. It's a very proud moment for all the staff. It's a very, very proud moment for families, and a very proud moment for our students. And the one thing that's really cool about Golden Hill's graduation is each student will give a little speech talking about how they got to where they are on their journey and what their plans might be for the future, usually thanking some people. So it's usually a very, very cool ceremony. We're looking forward to it, but you have to keep the pedal to the metal. You have to keep doing your work. You have to keep getting your stuff turned in, because the saddest thing is telling people that they're not going to graduate because they didn't earn all their credits in the 11th hour. So seniors, keep working hard, keep showing up, keep turning in your stuff, and it'll be an awesome ceremony. Thanks.
Wow, pretty crazy how fast graduation is creeping up on us.
Only 15 more days till I'm out of here for good.
Another positive touch to the show, Lois's Life Tips.
So pipe down and listen up.
Hello, it's another segment of Life Tips. Building upon last week's Life Tips, I'm going to continue with something that was shared with all of us by Mr. Boyd. It's take what you need. I asked him a little bit more where this originated, and he shared it with me that he received it from a good friend of his. In that, it's the end of the year, and the end of the year always creates some stress. Some stress for you as a student and some stress for you as a staff. Why do we start to get stressed out? We anticipate summer. Oh, but we don't know what we're planning for the summer. We may be graduating and not quite confident or sure about our plans. Or we know our social network is going to change. There's lots of reasons. Change alone can create stress in our lives. So make it positive and how you cope with that change. As Mr. Boyd has shared with us, take what you need. Do you need today some friendship? Do you need some caring? Maybe you need some laughter. Pay it forward for what you get and receive from others that help you cope. Pass it to someone else. Thanks and have a great day.
Sure seems crazy that Mr. Zebart and Lois are both talking about the end of the year.
I know it's amazing how everyone is getting the work done. This year has been the most seniors graduating, with 26 in the day school.
Well, this concludes this week's edition of GHTV.
Tune in next week for another exclusive edition of GHTV.